if you like what we do here at Off the Deep End and wish to support us, the best thing you can do is to share it on your social media, but also you can tell your mother, sister, cousin, auntie, the kid that's walking by you down the street, your gym crush, anybody about the episode you're listening to and why you liked it. There's also another way to support us, and it's to go to the link posted in the description and on our Facebook page. And when you become a subscriber, you'll have access to subscriber-only content and ad-free listening for every single episode we put out. No matter what you choose to do, I do greatly appreciate you for tapping in, and please do reach out to our Facebook page so we can chat. Tell us what you feel, what you think, what you don't like, what I could improve upon. At the end of the day, this is meant to be a conversation starter. And just to be completely open and honest, every single penny that goes to the Off the Deep End program with subscribers is going to help other people by spreading the word via ads or getting new microphones so we can have more people at a time. And I really do appreciate every single listener. So thank you so much. I hope you have a great day and don't pass the pain. All right, we are live. I'm joined today by Mike Collins, someone who I served with in the military and is now enjoying the world of martial arts. So thank you for joining us today, bud.
Hey, dude, thanks. I'm glad to be back. This is awesome seeing you a year after the first one, and it's awesome seeing your podcast still going and going. I saw that you got merch going, so that's awesome.
Yeah. I what I do is I have I order the shirts, and then every single I don't make much of a profit off it, obviously, but anything that I do make goes directly back into advertisements to help me beat these algorithms. There's not a lot of free speech platforms that we have, like but I'm on 7 different platforms, and this helps me spread the word because a lot of people don't like Spotify, or maybe they we're very polarized as humans, right? So I have to make sure that I have a little bit of everything for everybody. The only thing I'm not on is YouTube because they're doing a lot of censorship when I'm talking about very sensitive subjects like suicide and stuff. They don't like how I've had things removed before from platforms, and I don't know. This is a free speech platform about mental health, man. So
and you hit sensitive subjects. So and then YouTube censors a lot of words and subjects that you can't talk about and whatnot. But so no, that's awesome that you're on 7 platforms, man. It's awesome seeing you grow.
I'm happy to do it, man. It's something I've always wanted to do. And oh my God, my dog is going crazy. He's just rolling around on the ground. He's wondering who I'm talking to. He thinks I've gone crazy. But man, it's super it's a major blessing to be able to communicate with people and to talk about these things that as men, as women, as a society, we're told not to talk about, and express the things we struggle with and how we've overcome with them. For me, it was fitness. And now it's firearms, martial arts, and it became a fully encompassing journey for me to start with just, the daily, okay, well, I'm going to get out of bed. Oh God, I really don't want to diet, but you know what? I don't like how I look in the mirror. So let's try something about it. Titus. Oh my God, this dog is going. This is why you can't be my podcast buddy anymore. This is why you can't be my podcast buddy.
It's okay. I got my damn cat right here.
Jesus. Well, sorry. Sorry about that, everybody. Yes. He's not going to be joining me. Usually I have my other dogs down here, but and it's crazy. He's supposed to be the emotional support puppy. He's supposed to be the emotional support puppy, but today he just wanted to argue.
Dude, they have a mind of their own, man.
Yeah, they do.
That's awesome.
Well, enough about that crazy ass dog I got. Tell me what it's been like. You've been doing this for just over a year and a half. If I remember the post correctly, August is when you got your blue belt. So you have had some success.
July 30th.
July 30th. Okay. But you posted about it in August.
Yeah. Well, it was, I kind of wanted to let it all settle and whatnot, because I was still kind of in disbelief. It was this whole past year and a half journey since I started April 1st, 2021. It's been incredible. Definitely had some highs and some lows, and some really big lows of not just I don't know, looking at myself and self-worth and all that stuff. But just looking back, starting at 210. I started at 210, and the lowest I got was 175 pounds. And then now I'm sitting at 185, and um, it was a rough journey, and it's not over. It definitely isn't over. There's a lot that I need to learn. There's a lot that I need to get better at. Um, and I'm truly grateful for Double Five, and I'm excited for you to be able to talk to Formiga and Rodrigo. And if you get anybody else on there, it's just a great community, and I encourage anybody to do it. Like it's it's just great. It's got me back into the gym. Doing jiu-jitsu, it got me back into the gym because I wanted to be stronger. I wanted to be able to hold my own, beat people on the mat, and continue to lose weight. And I did that, and it's just helped me so much mentally, also with depression, anxiety. I was actually able to back off of my antidepressants with going to the gym, going to jiu-jitsu and stuff. Like
Awesome.
I'm still on my antidepressants, but it's just not as much. And I noticed that doing the gym, doing jiu-jitsu, it helped so much mentally and physically as well. And it's not done. Just 4 weeks ago, I got a nutritionist, which she's a badass also. Her name's Sarah. She runs her own company, Here for the Noms. She's a certified nutritionist. She's a chef. She's a cook. She's a butcher because she has her own farm. She's a purple belt, and she freaking kicks people's asses on the mats and stuff. And she competes. Oh, dude, she competes. And she's very inspiring. She helps out a lot of people, and just seeing her work her ass off is motivation enough. And just hell, seeing everybody in this community just push themselves, it's inspiring. Um, so I picked her up. She's been putting me on this high protein, low carb diet, and with that, holy shit, I didn't realize that food could. Well, I knew food could help. Obviously, what is it? 80% in is food, and then the 20% is the gym and whatnot.
I say 100% is the diet. What you eat is what you are.
Yes.
Yes.
But I didn't know that it would affect me. Like, since doing this, like doing the high protein, low carb, and eating, and just going with like my metabolism and wanting to go. I noticed that I'm dreaming every freaking night. I was like, holy shit, okay. I'm hitting the bed, I'm just beat, and then I wake up refreshed, and I'm having more vivid dreams, not vivid dreams, more detailed dreams. And it's like, okay, I recover better with what I put in my body. So I'm thankful for her. Thankful for Formiga and Rodrigo, Monique, Formiga's wife there. It's just a good family. Like, it's seriously a good family. And they're inspirational also. This past weekend, not this past weekend, but the weekend before, Rodrigo, for example, he was on a very big, important fight in IBJJF black belt, and it was awesome seeing his wife there. That's always there for support. They are like the best couple ever. They both fight, and they're incredible. But the first day he won, and the second day he lost, unfortunately, and it was tragic. But it was, at the same time, I knew that he doesn't quit. This dude does not stop. He is inspirational, and like it's just it's just crazy.
I was able to see some of the footage, and
oh, dude.
To put like to have a visual of the people you're talking about is very helpful. I got blown away seeing the type of athletes that we didn't like. I've never studied these type of athletes before. Before I started my self-defense journey, I took the weird approach, right? It's probably what most people do. They say, okay, well, I did martial arts a little bit growing up. I got in a bunch of fights and stuff, and now I'm gonna go into guns. Forget hand-to-hand stuff, right? But I, in the back of my mind and in my heart, has always been Jiu-Jitsu and Muay Thai. It's something that I've seen people do my whole life, and there's nothing, in my opinion, that's better for your self-defense journey. Like for striking, Muay Thai, and then for grappling, ground game stuff. Being able to not use your fists that I use for work and all that stuff all the time in a fight is probably a good option, right? And then being able to go in full mount, do side control, how to take someone's back, how to get out of these bad places that we get put in by people who watch one MMA fight and think that they're superstars, right? So it's been something that's been calling me for a while, and I've talked about it with you in the past. Jiu-Jitsu is definitely where my heart is. I can't tell you how many times I've watched this guy getting his black belt. It's like the black belt gauntlet. It's on YouTube. This guy does like 15 minutes of it was like the video was probably only like 25 minutes, but I watched his gauntlet going through all everything he had learned previously. He just got, hey, you up for a challenge? He said, yeah, I accept. And then boom, next thing you know, he went through it and he's a black belt. So it was beautiful to see the type of support, the type of commitment it takes to get to that level. I'm obviously I'm not expecting to be a pro or anything, but I cannot wait to be a white belt and get choked out of butt. So
no, dude, with the way that you have fitness so close to your body, you're going to be one of those ones that is able to hold their own, and I'm pretty sure catch on very fast. Like
I hope so.
Yeah, you've competed in so much stuff. You are a fitness, like, not, I hate the word guru, but like you are a fitness fanatic.
100%.
You competed for bodybuilding and stuff. You were probably one of the most athletic people on the boat of 5,000 people on deployment, man.
Oh, well, you know what? There's nothing better than 160 degrees during the day to make you sweat. And then when it finally cools off, why would you get rest in this nice like 50 to 60 degree berthing when you could be doing 300 crunchers because you read on some weird Hollywood workout they used like I wanted to be like Tom Hardy in the movie Dark Knight Rises. I wanted to look like I wanted to look like a Spartan when I was a kid, because I was very stringy and weak, pathetic is how I felt, and now that I'm more mature, I'm able to recognize the necessity and the obligation that I have, knowing that I don't like that about myself. So I had to work on it. And then next thing I know, I was like, I could just do push-ups, like as many push-ups as I wanted, and I get bored and stop, right? And then I'd do some more, and I'd lay on the non-skid and do some more. I didn't use a mat. I didn't use any of that. I wanted things to be more difficult, because the more difficult things were, the more I felt like I was removing these demons. And not like I'm cutting my wrist or whatever, but the more intense the workout, the more stressed, stress indoctrination, pretty much, right? So I'm forcing stress into my workouts to make me feel like it's fight or flight, and persisting and triumphing in these trials that I was going through physically. And that made my mind strong. So I hope I can carry some of that into jiu-jitsu, but this shoulder injury really did set me back, man. I've lost like 25 pounds, but I'm getting them back. Them back.
Good. No, you'll be awesome. I think you're gonna have fun at jiu-jitsu. Tom Hardy's won a couple of those.
Yes,
he was.
I watched
that was badass. I was like, what? Shit. But no, dude, fitness is not just about the body, it's also about the mind. And it's and that's the crazy thing. And just like take a moment, I was never really athletic when I was a kid. My parents didn't put me in sports or anything. I did the bare minimal in the Navy to get by. One guy that inspires me also from the gym is this guy, Mark. He's a black belt, and he kind of had the same story as me. He's a little bit older, but he's like 38 or 40 now. And he started jiu-jitsu when he was like 32. And he never had an athletic background. And now he's a black belt kicking people's butt at tournaments and shit. And now he has his own gym. Like it's crazy what fitness can do. And that you listen to Joe Rogan where he's like, you wish you could do it or something like that, but you know what? You can't go back, so you have to do it now or something like it's one of his quotes. I wish I could go back and kick myself in the ass and be more active in the Navy, more fit in the Navy, even in high school, be more fit, but I can't. So I have to move forward now. And I'm just like, holy crap, I love it. I love um, working out. I wish I was a little bit further in my progression because there's people my weight at 185 that are just jacked. My first tournament, I was at a 185. No, I was at 195. I walked into the bullpen and all these other guys that were competing in my bracket were all like jacked and ready to go. And I'm just like the chubby one of 195. I'm like, oh, I'm screwed. And when I got on the mat, dude, the guy just knocked me like flat on my back. I was like, oh shit, this is not good. Yep, I'm in the air. This is not good.
Oh man.
But it's gotten me in the gym, and now if I don't go, I don't like having a rest day. And that was one thing with Sarah, the nutritionist. She's got like the workout plan. I'm doing the gym, jiu-jitsu, and then we're gonna get a little bit more when I pull back from school because I'm back in school doing homework and full time. But I want to get back to working out and jiu-jitsu, working out and jiu-jitsu, not just alternating days. But she said that I needed a rest day, and I was at the point where I was like going every day. And if I'm not at the gym, I'm like, I want to do something. It helps me. If I'm at work, I want to go to the gym. I don't want to be at work. I want to be working on myself. And it's crazy what you could do. And I wish a lot of people would, you can't make people do it, but I wish people would understand what fitness or working out can do for you, even if it's just going on a walk for like an hour or 30 minutes or whatever. It's crazy. It helps your mind, it helps your body. It's just so many benefits to it, rather than sitting there playing video games for 5 hours and not doing anything. That's kind of hurting your body. I haven't touched a video game for a couple months, and when I did, it was only a couple hours. I was like, nah, like shit, it's different. I wish I was a little bit more lean, so I'm working towards that now. So
it's definitely a journey, man. Like
yeah,
altering the body doesn't happen over. I've definitely gone through the ringer of this, right? You want to have that immediate change. It doesn't happen overnight. But the cool thing about it is, and it, like you said, I talked about it being a journey, and you've talked about it being a journey. It doesn't end. Just like it's not a date to the next day, things have changed thing. It takes time. And as you persevere, through these times where you're like, oh God, are you sure I'm supposed to rest? Resting is so important because your body will thank you. Your joints will thank you.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
And also something I've learned, I used to think really extreme when in terms of fitness, where you have to I was in injury. Like, I'm going to give you an example. So I was injured, and it was 4.5 months since I was able to do any workout. So I thought, I'm just going to go crazy, see what it can do. It's not always the best thing because your body can only handle what it can handle. You can push those limits, yes, but to completely break and destroy those limits, it might have a great mental response. But and this is where I disagree with David Goggins in some capacities, right? That life or death, throw yourself into it, will inhibit you from being able to create a healthy habit, and the healthy habits create healthy lifestyles, right? So you trust your nutritionist process, man, because it's definitely on the right path. You start with a couple things, and then you start, and then like if you're not lifting body weights, and if you're really feeling really restless, or if you're really longing for that release of dopamine you get from exercising, from hitting the gym, and from training, right? Some people call it a runner's high. I call it releasing dopamine from your brain. So as you exercise, your body has this amazing response because you're training for something that most human beings this day and age don't. We were meant to, hunt woolly mammoth and run 40 miles a day, and and be as amazing as we want. Because in this day and age, you can be as amazing as we want. I know we became very desensitized to work ethic as a society, but obviously not in the jiu-jitsu world. Obviously not in the bodybuilding world. Obviously, it's working for some people because you look around and you see a drastically a difference from when I was growing up to now. There's a lot more obese people, but over the past 3 or 4 years, obesity has become something that is not on the radar. I know a lot of people had a struggles during 2020 and around there with the whole Rona and stuff, but when you're in self-isolation, sometimes it's for the best, but that doesn't apply to video games, right? Because for me, I was able to play video games I can like binge play a video game, beat it in like a couple days. But am I really going to be happy with a digital reward when you're putting in that sweat equity and stuff like that? Like you're doing it right now. You're putting in the sweat equity. You're putting in the diligence. You're listening. You're being a great student of not just jiu-jitsu or just fitness or nutrition, but of all three of those categorized as your life now. Your life is now jiu-jitsu. Your life is now listening to your instructors and being receptive of their lessons, being respectful, not having an attitude, being frustrated, but not frustrated at yourself, being frustrated with the situation and understanding the difference. Because you got to love yourself, and loving yourself means self-discipline. So you cannot allow those emotions to get the best of you. And I know I'm going to probably eat my own words while I'm saying this in a couple weeks when I sit on the mat for the first time. I haven't done martial arts in years. I haven't sparred with anyone since I sparred with a black belt in Taekwondo. And it was
Did you get like flipping your ass?
No, it was quite the opposite. It was like a shit show for them, and they were really embarrassed. And I tried to be nice about it, but they gave me the cold shoulder. And sadly, because I would have loved to have a great relationship with this person, but they got really frustrated when I kind of like, I don't know if what I did that was wrong. They said like, oh, you were Taekwondo, let's spar. And I said, okay, like I'll go get my gear. I said, there's no need for gear. We can just spar. It's fine. And they lost and they were frustrated about it. But that comes with this journey, right? Just because you have a appointed level of skill in somebody's eyes doesn't mean you're emotionally capable of understanding the power in loss.
Yeah. So and that's the power of loss is definitely strong. In jiu-jitsu, you will get humbled, and if you still don't or whatever, there's somebody that has a higher belt or higher in skills that will humble you really fast. And if you still don't, well, then you're not going to have a fun time, and I don't know why you're there. I get my butt kicked, but it's like, okay, cool. I know Formiga or Rodrigo gonna roll with you, or hell, we even got Teresa who's got crazy legs that will kill you. Okay, cool. I lost with you, but somebody else is gonna get your ass. And it'll humble you a lot, and that's the cool thing about jiu-jitsu also. And it's just fuck, if I could say that on here.
Yeah, I say whatever the hell here.
Okay, I was like, I'm trying to be like good. I know I've said shit and ass and damn a whole lot. I'm like, oh, don't say that.
Self-expression is never frowned upon here. We're here to talk. We're here to tell the truth and all the truth.
Oh yeah.
Well, shit, man, that's awesome. So why don't you tell me a little bit about your first couple? You told me the first time. I remember the word for word what you said. The first time you rolled, you said, I want to go on one time, and holy shit, I'm tired.
Oh yeah. No, the first time I went, and that's dude. The first time I went, and this is beginner class. So Formiga, he runs the mats. His wife runs the front desk, and a little bit later on in the evening and stuff, she'll go home. She'll take the kids home. So I'm there rolling, and I forgot what technique we were doing or learning, and I just remember getting done, he takes me to the front. He's like, okay, you just have, your time to think if you want to do this. We like having you here. And in my head, I'm like, cool. Let me just grab this paper that has the schedules, and I need to get the hell out of here in my head, because I was like, I'm about to throw the fuck up. I'm about to throw up. And so like I didn't want to be like, yeah, I gotta go. Okay. But I was just like, yeah, okay, cool. And he's telling me like, what the different classes are, advanced and beginner, and then all that. I'm like, okay, cool. I rush home, man. I rush home. I had to lay down in the bathroom, the cold bathroom floor, like I was about to throw up. And that was the first time. And I was like, oh shit, okay. So I was hooked. And the first year, yeah, it's I need to get back into that. The first year, or the first 8 months, I was there every day, every day, every day. I signed up for my first competition in October last year. That was here in Frisco, and that was the one where I was at 195. I got my butt kicked. Um, okay, cool. And then that was another thing. Having your coaches or your teammates there yelling, coaching you on and stuff. And even if you lose, you go back to like, okay, we know what you need to work on. We're gonna get it right, and you're gonna come back even stronger. Like, just having them in your corner is a morale boost, and it's awesome.
Yeah, I
Um,
can imagine.
it's holy shit. The passion and fire that they have for their students, or for whoever is competing, is amazing. Um, but I was going every day. Got to the gym going every day, and then I was like, yeah, I'm gonna be good. I'm gonna be good. Here comes a belt promotion comes up, and I didn't get it. I was like, shit. I could have sworn I got it. And then somebody else that started a little bit after me, he got a blue belt, and I'm sitting there like, man, I do suck. Holy shit, I suck. So after that, I was like, okay, you know what? I'll just lick my wounds and go back to, working out harder. I'll hit the gym harder and do that. But that kind of, I was told you're not supposed to really think of getting that next belt, getting that next belt.
Mm-hmm.
Your professor knows when you're ready.
Yes.
So I was like, okay. So I started running. I was like, started doing runs. I went up to Idaho. I rolled with a different gym that my brother went to, up in, what is it, near Coeur d'Alene or whatever.
Yeah, Coeur d'Alene, Idaho.
Yeah, he lived up there. I went up there. I ran. I came back, and I had signed up for another tournament, and I got my ass beat at that one also. This was when I was at a 183 weight class, and so I was like, shit, okay, there we go. This might not be it for me. And there had been a lot of times, I was like, why do I do this? Why am I doing this? I'm getting my ass kicked. I don't feel like I'm progressing. Um, I don't get any feedback, or people aren't telling me what I'm doing wrong, or doing that. So I started backing off and not going to jiu-jitsu as much. This past fall, no, not fall, spring, from January to May, there was 2 times that I drove to jiu-jitsu, and I sat in my car, and I was like, why the fuck am I here? Like, why? Like, I suck at this. I'm not getting anywhere. And those 2 times, I actually drove all the way home. I was like, you know what? Fuck it. I'll just go to the gym and fucking do that. But back with the community of jiu-jitsu, people noticed, and that's really the cool thing about it. There's, a guy, Steven, who lifts and makes jiu-jitsu his whole life. Now he's a sponsor for Origin, who makes a lot of Jocko stuff. Oh yeah, Formiga, Rodrigo, they're all sponsored by Jacko. He was actually at our gym this past summer. I missed it because I was pouting. I was like, yeah, I suck at that. And then next thing I see is Jacko's taking pictures with people at the gym. I was like, what? And I deserve that because I wasn't showing up. I was getting too far in my head.
438.23.
Yeah.
Like, wake up earlier.
Yeah. But it was I got in my head a lot when I felt like it wasn't meant for me. And I kept I kept running, I kept working out, but like Steven, as I was saying, he reached out to me. Formiga reached out to me. He's like, "Hey, brother, where have you been? We've been missing you. You're a good person. We miss you here at the mat." I'm like, "I'll be there tomorrow." And I showed up. I get my ass beat, which I deserved because I hadn't been there for weeks. And if you don't, well, it like maybe 2 weeks, 3 weeks.
That's weeks, yeah.
Span, yeah. And like shit, I got my ass like beat on the mats because I was like, oh shit, yeah, you do forget stuff if you don't, use it. And so I started getting back up there, start getting back. And then running more. It was, if I don't go to jiu-jitsu, I run 4 miles. If I go to jiu-jitsu, I run 2 miles. I got that stupid weighted vest, which I don't know if that's a good thing because the day after I run on the weighted vest, my knees are fucking screaming. And I don't understand.
No.
Yeah.
Man, if your knees are hurting, it's your body telling you something. You need your knees for jiu-jitsu. If you're wearing down your cartilage or damaging your tendons, that ACL will go, and you will have regrets.
And
you'll have regrets for a long time.
I was like, I should be running okay. Like I run okay with no vest on, but I was like, okay, whatever. I'll do that.
Because think about what you're doing. Like what?
Oh yeah.
I argue with a lot of different people who are in fitness about this. What are you doing when you're running? You're taking a step, loading up your knee, and then taking another step in fast pace. With more of an open legs, like almost like lunges, right? And you're also putting a lot of strain on all the tendons and stuff in your knees, your ankles, right? And your hips, all these things. So why would you want more weight on you? Don't we want to get weight off of us?
Well, yeah, but I was trying. If
people that are overweight and morbidly obese are having knee issues walking, there's this weird thing that tells me don't run with a weight vest, right? And I argued with somebody. Now doing lunges.
The military does. Come on.
Well, doing lunges with a weight vest.
Yeah.
Body weight squats, pull ups with a weight vest. There's plenty of options.
Yeah.
Running is not on my list, my personal list things to do, and other people might disagree with me, and that's okay. That's okay. They don't enjoy.
No, yeah.
Enjoy.
At the time, I was reading David Goggins' book, and I was like, dude, this guy had a shittier life than me. Like, I'm gonna start fucking running. I'm gonna do the 4.48 or whatever like that. But yeah, my knees started screaming when I put the vest on. And I was getting back into jiu-jitsu. I was getting there. Still sucking, but I was running. And July 30th was our Double Five's 3-year anniversary of being open there. And when you talk to Formiga, he will have an incredible journey from him living in Brazil to moving up to Connecticut to coming down to Texas. Him, Rodrigo, we got another dude. I can't pronounce his name worth a shit because it's okay. Portuguese. But it's like João. I think it's pronounced João. But it's Portuguese because it's Brazilian. But he and another guy who lives in Texas, they opened a gym. And I'm like, dude, the American dream is still alive if you could do that.
100%, man.
Like, so Formiga will have a great story for you. Anyways, 3-year anniversary, and he was doing it in the summer. Yeah.
Are you thinking about making a podcast? Spotify has a platform that lets you make one, and if I can figure it out, you definitely can too. You can create your own content all in one place for free with zero hangups and even earn money as soon as you get started. Spotify lets you record and edit episodes from your phone or computer so you can go mobile, just like I enjoy to do. My favorite thing about it is that you can create video episodes if you wish and upload them to wherever podcasts are heard. You can even set up subscriptions, or if you're like me, listener support options for listeners to help you grow. I 10 out of 10 recommend the Spotify for Podcasters app. Or, why don't you just step over to www.spotify.com/podcasters to get started on your own podcast. So I think that these people's, like, as far as everybody, I'm not, what do you mean you people? I'm talking about everybody who comes to this beautiful country we have here, right?
Mm-hmm.
The American dream really, really is still here, right?
Oh yeah.
You can do anything here because you have freedom of speech. And you have this crazy thing called 2 Alpha, and the 2 Alpha has done so much for people. But there's so many great opportunities we have here. You can come here from a different country and recreate what you imagine as the rest of your life.
And they have done it, and that inspires the hell out of me and has made me go, what the hell am I doing with my life? They obviously have a drive and a hunger, and I'm excited for you to talk to them. I really am, and it's just going to be nothing but an awesome journey.
Yeah, I can't wait. I hit him up. I hit Mr. Formiga on IG, and I already got in contact with your other brother, and I'm super excited to talk to them, learn about their life. I've talked to a couple of different guys who are black belts in this area, and they know of them.
Yeah.
Yes. And so it's super awesome. And they've rolled together before, so I'm super excited. I got this guy named Clutch over here at Kindred Jiu-Jitsu up here in this area. He's a defensive tactics trainer for law enforcement officers. He's also hopefully soon he gets his little his golden t-shirt from Sheepdog Response, because I met him at a Sheepdog Response thing, and he was going over the Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu aspect of it, helping out with the law enforcement course. So I loved talking with him. He's going to be my professor, and I cannot wait to get slammed on the ground, because his style is life or death fighting. So I'm super excited to learn that. I don't think I'll be competing anytime soon with my whole shoulder thing.
It'll just take time.
But in time, I would love to step into it. I think that going through difficult things is so good for the human spirit. There's nothing more powerful than the human spirit. I love every time I hear that quote from one of my favorite motivational speakers, and it's overwhelming to hear the words nothing is powerful to hear as a human spirit. It reminds me of, no matter how dark the days may seem, you're still here. And it has become really, really normal for people to think, to just outcast people because they're going through serious spurts of depression, anxiety, having anxiety attacks. Because people say the words fear. People are scared, too afraid to use the word fear a lot of times, and they use the word anxiety in place of fear, when really saying I'm fearful of this object, and it's really healthy. Like I'm fearful, to be honest with you, I'm fearful to re-injure my shoulder and have my savings disappear and live paycheck to paycheck off the state for a couple of months again, right? I can be honest and say that. I'm fearful of being injured. I'm fearful of being a bad husband and a bad father, because I don't want to be that. But I'm going to still not give up and try. I'm not just going to freeze in place. It is so essential to conquer these hard things. So competing is definitely on the menu for me. Once I've developed a healthy skill level, because I always listen to my coach's advice, and whether it's bodybuilding, whether it's martial arts, you think I'm ready to do this? And they could be like, why don't you work at it for a couple more? I need an honest person. So they'll be like, oh, why don't you work at it for a couple more months, and then we'll revisit that idea. That just moved my goal back a little bit, and it gives me a new goal. So it's really horribly healthy, and conquering that fear, that nervousness, that those butterflies we get. You start to get the sweats on your armpit when you really don't want to sweat, because you sweat, you smell, right? So you're really not trying to sweat. But every time that sweat pops up and you feel super nervous about what you're going to walk into, it is so healthy. It's actually called living. And Greg Plitt talks about that. You're alive in those moments where you're scared to walk up to this girl that you have a crush on, or for like that. This is my experience, right? But or you're scared to try something new because you don't want to suck. We all don't want to suck.
Oh yeah.
But you got to try it anyway. So I'm gonna definitely be following your lead, man. I can't wait to get tossed and choked out and all the stuff.
And what you said there with you listen to your instructors, your bodybuilding instructors, and even jiu-jitsu, that was one thing that Formiga did. He was talking there at class one day, and he's like, "Hey, Mike, are you gonna compete?" I'm like, "No, I wasn't expecting it. Why? I was waiting for you to say I was ready." He's like, "Just do it. You'll be fine. You never know until you do it." I'm like, "Okay." So I did that. Like he'll know, and that was the thing with on the 30th. And I wasn't expecting a belt. I wasn't. And I decided to put the vest on, put the my gi in my stupid drawstring bag. That's the stupidest idea, is to go run with a drawstring bag while it's just jumping all over the back of you. In Texas summer, and that was practically, I think it was like 5.75 miles from my apartment to the gym, and I ran that. And I was like, you know what? I'm not gonna get a fucking belt because I haven't been showing up. I am living with my consequences, but I'm gonna fucking run there on the 3-year anniversary of Double Five because I love this place. Showed up there, drenched in sweat. I changed into my gi, which was already soaked from the vest, soaking through the drawstring bag. I was like, well, this sucks. I really hope that I don't smell next to somebody. And people start filing in, coming in and stuff. Like I was sitting down trying to take a break. I stood up and I was like, ah, great. I made a little fucking sweat puddle of where I was and nobody was rolling yet. Formiga, Rodrigo go through the list of white belts, and I'm like, oh shit, yeah, that guy, he fucking busted his ass. He got a blue belt. I'm fucking happy for him. Oh yeah, that's another one. Yes. And then he goes to the blue belts. No. I don't think any. No, Eddie got Ed got his purple belt. He went from blue belt to purple belt, and I was happy for him. And then like I was like, yeah, we're at purples and then soon browns. So I don't know which one it was. I don't know if it was Rodrigo talking to Formiga or Formiga talking to Rodrigo. But they stopped and then they started talking about this person came in, he's lost weight, he's been on a journey and all that stuff. Blah blah blah. And Mike deserves this, and everybody starts clapping, and I'm like looking around, I'm like, who's he talking about? Like, is there another Mike here? And they're like, no, we're talking about you, dude. And I'm like, oh shit, okay. Like I was dumbfounded. That was awesome. And my first roll as a blue belt, I rolled with another Mike who got me into jiu-jitsu. He introduced me there. I got like not a black eye, but like bruised all over my face because he came falling on me. And that awoken something, like relit that fire in me. And I was like, holy shit, I was not expecting this. Yeah, Formiga, Rodrigo, they know when it's time. That like I was like, dude, you doubt yourself so much. And I always do that. And I was ready to hit the ground running again. And then, now I'm at this point, a couple months later, getting my ass handed to me from fucking big, stocky white belts. And I'm like, you know what? Maybe I was just a fucking sympathy blue belt.
Like... don't think like that, man. I wanted to say that because obviously we talked before we started this, man. It's really important to remember something that's really beautiful about life. you're never ever going to be faced with a consequence that you're not ready to handle unless you die during it, right? Every single thing that you deal with, it's only going to make you a better, more strong individual. And your professors know when you're ready. Don't think that you're being difficult on yourself is okay. It's okay to be really, really tough on yourself. It's good, even, I would say. But what's not good is to let this self-discipline turn into self-doubt. You are enough. And if you're not enough right now, you will be if you persist. If they gave you a blue belt, you don't like that. There's not a bar, right? Everybody's always evolving in jiu-jitsu. As you learn a new move and try to incorporate that into your game, you're going to run into somebody who uses just sheer force and sheer will to conquer that game. You're going to find somebody who grabs the upper, neck of your gi, and you try to wrap your legs around them and then try to ride them up into a triangle or something like that. And they're going to pick you up and they're going to slam the shit out of you. And how you deal with that sheer force as a tactician of, using your body to put somebody to sleep or to fold them like you're folding clothes with people inside them, which is what jiu-jitsu is, right? It really takes time to deal with that and to incorporate new moves into your game. And you're facing a new opponent. You might know what his game was in the past, but he or she is also rising with you. And I had a friend that started jiu-jitsu recently, and he's like, man, the girls keep kicking my ass. And I said, well, stop underestimating them. And he's like, oh shit. Subconsciously holding back, when you're dealing with an opponent in your area whether they're at your gym or not, you're going to be facing somebody new, and you have to bring your A game. And they deserve your A game. Obviously, it should a black belt just destroy a white belt. I would say give them a lesson in it and don't let them win if you're going to not let them win. But we can all learn great things from people who beat us, and we can all grow from that. And I'm super excited to start this journey. I can't wait. I got mats in my house. I got the whole Gracie Combatives, Defense Combatives DVD. I'm starting that tomorrow. Like once I do my stress test on my shoulder. I'm super excited to do this, and then soon I can start rolling. I can do drills and I can do partner drills, but I'm not allowed to do any just open mat shit for a while.
Drills are fine. That's gonna get you in the motion and get your technique going and stuff.
I just can't overstep my boundaries with my shoulder right now. But I am going to be. We're gonna press this envelope across the damn table, though. Okay, we're all the way.
That's gonna be awesome.
But I really think, man, you should be. You should give yourself a pat on the back every now and then, because if they gave you a blue belt, because you're a blue belt. It's because you're a blue belt. It doesn't matter.
But when I'm getting my ass beat and handed to me by a white belt, I don't want to I know Famiga would never do this. I just don't want him to be like, oh god damn, Mike, come on, roll, and then I don't want him to hit his hand on his head and stuff.
I feel you.
I'm I don't want to,
because you respect him a lot, right?
Oh, dude, I respect the hell out of him, and I admire him. He's a good person as a father figure. He's a good husband. That's why I want you to, I'm excited to talk to him, because as you just said, you have that fear of being not a good husband or not a good father. He is somebody that he's the chillest guy on the world, but he will kick your ass on the mat, and he has the medals to prove it. But it's just I don't want to let him down, and I know he would be like, you would never let me down. It's all in my head and all that stuff. And so it's just, I got to get out of my head and drive harder. And that's another fucking thing about jiu-jitsu that's amazing, and about this journey that's amazing.
I also really do, along with what I said, I do recommend taking courses outside of jiu-jitsu that have to do with jiu-jitsu, right? So next time, so I want you to look up Sheepdog Response and go to the Protector course. If you don't already have a pistol, you and me can talk offline about that. But do their Protector course or Unarmed Combatives, and you'll see how how amazing all your shit and the things you've learned is how you're really it's different, man. It's just different because you're not doing it with somebody who's practicing the rules of jiu-jitsu. Now you have a positive, beautiful foundation, and you can use that foundation to save your ass versus somebody who's completely unskilled and is just trying to beat you in a situation, and the stress kicks in, and sometimes you're dealing with somebody who doesn't want to be and you're fighting over guns and stuff like that. Like, it's all beautiful things.
No, I definitely want to look at that and do that. I've heard of the sheepdog and stuff that's from Kennedy, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that guy.
Oh yeah.
That fucking guy, man. He is built also. And whenever he's like rolling and he's got his heart rate monitor on, I'm like, dude, you're just muscle. What the fuck, you freak, man? Like, he's a cool guy. He's like down there in Austin, but he's jacked. And well, it's Ted Kennedy MMA on his IG page. But no, yeah, I definitely want to do that. I need to get back into guns and firearms and stuff. But it's just school, working out, and jiu-jitsu, man. It's just trying to, and eating healthy, man. Shit, this past month from starting the nutritionist, I've spent more time in the produce section than I have ever in the grocery store, man. And I hate saying that. Because you look back at what I ate before, and it was like the fast meals, put it in the microwave, whatever, done. Like, I'd make some stuff. Right before I got the nutritionist, I was doing, eggs practically almost every night, which I don't get tired of food. I can do that. I did the eggs morning and night for dinner and stuff. But shit, there was Kodiak. The Kodiak fake? No, not that's nature, whatever. But Kodiak has a lot of carbs in it also. I was just like, fuck. I've kind of like gone away from anything that's out of a box or a bag to making it my own, and it's just like,
yes,
holy shit, dude, holy shit.
What's like crazy is how much better your body runs on clean fuel.
Yes, holy shit. Like, and that's the hard thing. Like, I love my mom and stepdad to death, but I call that the house of carbs because my stepdad eats nothing but bread and beer. And no, I'm joking, but he does like a lot of that stuff and all that. And my mom, she'll have like Reese's cups or M&Ms there, or cookies or brownies. And I'm just like, I need to stop coming over here. I need to get my own damn washer and dryer so I can stop coming over here and wrecking my cheap meal into a cheat day. I'm like, fuck. So it's the house of carbs. I love them to death, but oh my God, the temptations of snacks and foods over there is bad.
Do you meal prep?
I'm doing meal prep.
It takes time to get good at it.
Yes.
I've ate so much raw chicken. You don't even want to know, man.
Wait, what? You ate so much raw chicken?
When I was cooking for myself, I've had times where it was like 3 a.m. and I woke up at 3 a.m. to cook my food for the next 2 days. And I'm like,
Jocko,
and I'm just pulling it off. I'm pulling it off, put it in the thing. There was one time where I bit into a piece of chicken and it was like partially frozen in the center. And I was like, oh my God, it's too late now. And I just kept eating it. Obviously, I do not recommend this for anybody, but I've had some really, really serious failures as someone who wasn't taught how to cook as a child. Like, I'm gonna be straight up.
Hey, I wasn't taught how to cook either. Shit. Like, my mom will make really good. Like, I go over there for Sunday night meals, and to watch House of Dragon, which is now done. But holy shit. But she's a good cook. She makes really good shit, and I'm like, why didn't you ever teach me this? Or why didn't I get the teaching thumb, or the cooking thumb, or the cooking bug to, I like to cook. No, I try to make something. I'm like, what the fuck is that? Oh, I already just, like, the first night that I made salmon, that was last week, I forgot my greens. So I was like, the hell am I going to have with salmon? Okay, well, I'll just have egg whites, whatever. But also, it was the first time. I'm 33 years old. First time to make salmon. I was like trying to poke a fork in there. I was like, is that done? Is that done all the way? And I was like, oh, shut the fuck up. You eat sushi, whatever, it's done. And then tonight I made it again. I was like, oh, this is fucking good. I made salmon the second time. Woohoo!
I mean, it just gets better. You
Oh
realize
yeah,
as you cook it more, the food gets so much better, and you become a better cook yourself.
yeah. I wish I was a better
Absolutely,
cook
dude.
way back then. I'm 33. I'm like, oh
You
shit.
get the Navy discount on how many years you lived, so just subtract 4 to 6,
No, that's
4 to
great.
6,
That's
depending.
amazing.
Yeah.
But dude, you just put your body will thank you. The better stuff that you put in your body, or the more, is it more natural, or what? The healthier shit
If
you put
I would say the
in,
less processed, like if you get rid of the
yes,
processing and stuff like that.
it's amazing how you feel, how you sleep,
Mm.
how you recover from working out, and it's like I'm excited to see more results. I wish I was further along, with my stomach, my love handles. I need to get rid of that, but
Well,
it's
if
amazing.
do you need help with if you need help with any workout plans, or if you want to change up your regimen for a week and then go back to, because the body needs change always, right?
Yeah.
Always needs change, constant stuff, like, and we learn that by, it's like a scientific process. If you do the same thing again and again and again, eventually your body's going to build resilience, as your mind does,
Oh yeah.
by going through these hard things, which is why they're so good in the first place.
Yeah.
But
And that's
uh
what Sarah's doing. That
sweet.
nutritionist, she's doing nutrition plus the workout regimens.
Awesome.
Oh my fucking god, dude! I hate some of the leg shit. Like, I need to wake my legs up.
If
I
you
thought I
want
was,
if you want to fill up those shorts,
yeah.
when you're working nogi, you got to put in the work.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. And then also, the first night I met her, she was like, "Man, you got small shoulders." I was like, "What the what?" And so ever since
Just
then, man,
stabbing
oh my
at
god,
the carotid artery.
that's how she gets
Wow.
clients. That's how she gets clients, and she disses them, and then you're like, and she's in your head, and then like, man, maybe I need to do something about that. But no, it's been motivation ever since. Like, holy fuck. And I get made fun of. Teresa makes fun of me. She's a good friend of mine. She makes fun of me. She's like, man, she really upset you about those shoulders. I'm like, yeah, but I have small shoulders, and if that could attract some women, cool.
You know
Yeah,
what?
but
There's nothing wrong with a little bit of positive criticism, man.
oh
Uh,
yeah, oh
Physical
yeah,
development is awesome. When it
oh
comes,
fuck yeah,
especially when it comes to sports.
oh and shit. And people have been like, oh, you look different. I'm like, oh, thanks. I don't see it, but slowly seeing it. Slowly, I feel like other people notice it
Because you
before you.
imagine yourself as a Greek god when it's over, which is good.
Oh,
You got to have the goal visualized or whatever, but you got
but
to also pat yourself on the back along the process, dude, for real.
isn't it never over though?
Huh? It's never
Isn't it like,
over. No,
yeah, it's
no,
never
it is never
over.
over. But every now and then you got to be like, you know what? Did you have a before picture?
Oh yeah, I got before pictures, and
Yeah, just look at that and then look at the mirror. That is what I
oh
did
yeah,
for a while.
it's that, like, it is. The body is amazing. The mind is amazing.
Yes.
Shit, it's awesome, man. I like. I can't wait for you to get your shoulder back, so you're on this fitness journey again. Like, that's awesome that you got a gym back there. You sent me that picture. I was like, oh shit, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Lucky,
Oh, I
man.
didn't. Yeah, I didn't cut a play, man. I've been doing things. Pretty much anything that doesn't involve my left shoulder. I've done like a little Muay Thai workout thing where I
Yeah.
was throwing throwing punches and kicks, and I was striking, and I was like knocking my sparring partner, or my partner who's holding the pads, back, like physically knocking it back. So I was very excited. I was very excited because I had thought that I'd lost all the power and all the
Yeah.
fight in me. So I'm happy, and I wasn't winded at all. I was just like, I feel like it's really something. I might be broken in my head. The more difficult things get, the more momentum I build, and I don't get tired. I just get more
Okay.
excited. It's like it's really really shitty. Well, when I first start, I'm a little sluggish. I'm gonna be honest. When I first start, I'm like, ugh. But as I build momentum and I get into that discipline zone, that
Yeah.
where I'm working, I don't feel anything, man. I just
Yeah.
the release of dopamine. There's no better drug. You know, some people snort for it, some people smoke it. You know, I sweat my drug. My drug is sweat. My drug is sweat equity. My drug is stress induced, you know, feeling of, oh my goodness, I don't know if I can do another set. My mind says that, and I say, shut up, mind, you're weak. And then I keep going. And it's so exciting for me because, you know, pushing these limits of life, so worth it, man. It's what life is about.
Yeah. And dude, you actually inspire also. Like, that's why I'm saying I can't wait for you to get back into that. Because like whenever you were posting on Instagram, like I was like, holy shit, dude, this fucking dude lives fitness. Like,
oh yeah,
I want to be like that. But if
I
you
was
want to be like
mad
that,
when I
you
didn't
have
work
to
out on
put in that
Christmas. I'd be
work.
pissed, dude. Pissed.
Oh shit. No, you put in the fucking work. I'm excited for you to get back and put that work in and shit.
100%. Well, I have already begun. And I'm not. Good. I'm still dealing with, you know, the effects of body dysmorphia are something that we don't talk about a lot, especially in the guy region. We don't talk about it.
Yeah,
I'm unhappy with how I look like right now, but I'm working towards my next goal, and it crazy, all starts with my diet, right?
Yeah.
So,
no,
yeah,
as what you just said, it's something that's not really talked about, but it's there.
Oh, it's real. Yeah, it's real as fuck, dude.
Did you know Bradford back in the Navy? Sam Bradford?
I do not know if I did. I don't think so. No.
Short guy. He was a workout beast, dude. And he was like, "No, I'm never happy. I don't like the way I look." I'm like, "What the fuck, dude? You're in shape. Like, you don't like the. I wish I looked like the. No, I don't like the way I look." I'm like,
I think ultimately it's an unachievable goal. To be happy with how you look, 100% of the time. There's going to be some times where you're like, yeah, you gain your confidence or whatever, but most of the time, I do have some questions about your beginnings, right? So, because I'm obviously never ever been in a position of, okay, walking into a Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu studio, what to expect. What the hell is the first thing that you deal with when you first walk in?
Talking to whoever's at the front desk, then say, "Hey, I'm new and I want to try this." And then, you know, Formiga's wife, like, "Okay, here's a gi. You might be size whatever," which she nailed it. She got the gi size down. And then you walk over, go change. And then obviously nobody knows how to tie a belt except for the instructor. He comes over, "Hey, how's it going? Here, let me do that." He introduces himself, gets to know you and stuff. And then like, yeah, it's go time. Go to the mat, you just start talking to people. Yeah, and then the class starts and it's pretty cool.
Where so like when you first start, do people say, "Oh, here's an FNG, time to tear them up"? Like what is it like?
No, it's not at our gym. I don't know if some gyms are like that, but dude, everybody at Double Five was welcoming. And it's crazy. And I just turn around and do that to the next person that is there. Like the next the the following week, I was on my second week being there, and this guy who's an ex-Marine, Derek, he walks in. I introduce myself, and I'm like, "Dude, this is my second week, man. This is cool." And then he's a blue belt also now, and shit, he's one of those built guys, man. Like I dread going up against him because he's a Marine, man, and he works out all the time, and I'm like, shit. But he's a good guy. He's a hell of a good guy. I remember the day that I met Derek, and that was the second week of being there for me, and it's just a welcoming environment. Everybody is welcoming to everybody. There's no, "Oh, this is white belt, he won't know it." No, like Formiga will tell you, "Hey," like during when we're about to roll, and then we have like 5-minute rounds, and then he'll match us up with somebody else. He'll usually be like, "Mike or Ed, go with so and so, the new person, show them a couple moves." so he'll be ready for the next night or whatever. Show him some stuff, and he'll still teach. But it's a very welcoming environment. You just gotta leave your ego at the door, and if you don't, somebody will find it and
exfoliate it.
Yeah, I don't know if it would be the same night because they want to welcome you in, but if they everybody will get a feel for you. Everybody will see who you are and what's revealed and stuff. But no, when you first come in, it's just nothing but open arms, and it's we want you there. So
I love it. That's awesome, man. Well, how, like, what would some things that you would say? Obviously, we already talked about physical fitness being a huge thing to focus on prior to entering the world of jiu-jitsu. What is one thing else that people should focus on?
Breathing. You're definitely gonna change your breathing. I've changed my breathing a lot. And not being sporadic, which a lot of people like you'll have those spastic white belts, or the ones that can't stop breathing really heavy in your ear, and it's like, dude, do you see me? I'm okay, I'm calm, like they're just like in your ear. But they'll change that. But it's like, don't focus on being sporadic or whatever, because I've been told BJJ is like, it's almost like a game of chess. You have to know what your opponent's going to do, or think of something about your opponent. You can't just go in there flying all flailing and all that stuff.
Set traps.
Yeah, because if you give your arm up trying to go for maybe like a choke or a Kimura or whatever, somebody could take that, grab that arm, and fling your body, put you in an arm lock, or else choke you out with your own arm. So
you got to be before.
Oh, dude, it's
not fun.
I get choked out with my own arm. I'm like, oh, this is pretty impressive. I'm getting killed by myself. Okay, but you gotta slow it down and just think more technical and use the other dude's body against them, man, or their limbs against them, and just just don't be this spastic white belt. So yeah, that's pretty much it. And then go to the gym. So yeah, go to the gym, work out, and then go to BJJ. So
I walk out of the mats the first time. Everybody seems super cool. I definitely know how to deal with people who are, who have bad attitudes. But how did you deal with? Did you ever run into anybody who had a bad attitude? Like people who came there for a couple days and then left, or people who came in just to roll for a day or whatever, just like kind of check it out, and they had a bad attitude?
Not really a bad attitude. I don't think I've ever met anybody that had a bad attitude going in there. And then for those that didn't come back, they weren't there long enough for you to remember them. But I know that there were a few, I'm not gonna say names, a few people that went a little too hard with the white belts.
Okay.
And then they kind of got turned off.
Oh, I see.
By it, and they either canceled their membership or they just didn't even come back. But for me to kind of, he was like, hey, don't go too hard with them. Just first off, this is fundamentals. Like, you're not supposed to be beating the shit out of them and stuff. So no, it's pretty much everybody that's been there has stayed. There have been a few people that I don't remember their names or whatever, but that stopped showing up after a while, because there are people that, you read it. Black belt's one of the hardest ones to achieve in jiu-jitsu.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of white belts drop out. I thought about quitting. Some people get their blue belts and quit. But you just stay in it, because it is a life-changing thing. So
What is the blue? What does the belt succession look like? I know the white, and then
White,
blue,
blue,
and then
purple.
pink. No, purple.
No.
I'm just joking. It's
No,
all jokes.
oh,
So then
no,
purple
it's
belt.
blue, purple, brown, and black. And then you have your degrees of black, and then you can get your red and then coral or something like that. And there's only a few people that have coral. Yeah, you got to be old as hell, dude. Because
Okay,
I
I'm
think
about
it's
to
like
say.
every 5 years or 7 years, you get another degree in your black belt and stuff. So, like Formiga, he'll be in his 40s or something by the time he gets a coral or red. I don't know. I keep on confusing that one, but he's got, pretty sure he's at his 5th or 6th degree. But yeah, he started when he was 9.
Oh, I
He
was
was
about
like,
to say, what?
dude,
You
yeah,
don't
he
look that
started.
old, man.
No, he's 38, 39,
Okay.
or something like that. But he started when he was 9 and living rough in Brazil and shit. And fuck, and the rest is history, man.
Yeah, pretty much, man.
He
Wow.
found an art.
So how long do you plan on doing this for?
As long as my body will let me go, man.
Awesome.
I know that I don't know if it's going to be this year, definitely next year. I want to be on the podium. I want to be able to have Collins on the board representing double five instead of not being on the podium going, oh, yay, I'll do it next time. Like, I know I want to be on the podium. Yeah, I just
awesome, man.
Want to go as far as my body will let me go. So,
because I know that when I plan on traveling to Texas to check it out, to go different. I want to go to Houston. I plan on going to Elgin in Elgin, Texas, past Austin, completely past Austin altogether. And hopefully I just want to visit small areas around there. And it's really important to me that I do, but I do want to try to come and see you if possible, and maybe get choked out. Who knows?
Dude,
that would be super, one of those full circle moments, because I remember the first day you started, and I've been a big fan of everything, of you being diligent in your process. There's been times where I haven't seen pictures of you posting about jiu-jitsu, and I already knew that there are ups and downs, and people, there are times where you feel like quitting. It's not an easy thing, because everybody, like I said earlier, everybody is all rising in their skill set at the same time. So, and they're developing their games, they're trying new things. Sometimes some people realize that they're an absolute beast. Like I hope you do. You realize you're an absolute beast. And if it's not just sheer raw force, unlock that inner mental tactician that understands that, you know what, if I'm not using sheer force to bully my way through this role here, I'm gonna just slow it down and let them make those easy decisions. Let them make the oversteps, the lack of balance with that comes with driving forward without restraint. One of my favorite quotes is from Bane in the Batman Dark Knight Rises. And he said, "You fight like a child with nothing held back," and that is something that that only it takes a whole nother level of life to really unpack that statement there, because a lot, like I've sparred with, like, when it came to Taekwondo and karate and stuff like that, I sparred with people, and they started sending kicks just sporadically, and I'm like, I just walked backwards and I wasn't getting kicked. Surprise, surprise. And I close the distance, do some weird judo throw thing, and now they're on the ground, and then I can kick them, right? Patience is a virtue, and I hope that I'm able to not really back up what I say, but exercise that same restraint and not make poor decisions. But they're gonna happen. They're gonna happen, and I'm gonna get flatlined a couple times. It's gonna happen. I'm gonna get slammed. It's all part of the process.
I was a sporadic white belt, man. Everybody, it's a learn. Everybody learns. It happens. So,
absolutely, man.
Just tap. If you start going black, tap.
Start going black, tap. Okay. Well, I'm already half, so hopefully I'll be able to. Oh man.
I walked into that one.
No, it's okay. It's okay. I don't normally make skin color jokes, but I had to throw it in there. So what is one thing you wish you did differently when you first started?
That's a hard one. When I first started, what I wish I did differently. I don't know, because I've learned it on the way. Like, I started eating healthier. Like, I wish I had always been eating healthier or working out before I went there, but that's part of my journey. Is it's gotten me to eat healthier. It's gotten me to work out more. It's gotten me to drink less. What I wish, I don't know. I was damn lucky to get double five, because you can go to a different gym and the instructor might not be too attentive, or like, I don't know. I was lucky with double five, and I don't know what I would wish I knew or had done differently when I began. You just jump in there, off the deep end, man.
Yeah. Well, there's so many times where you just have to do that. There is no what I would have done differently. There was just I showed up the next day, so I did everything I was supposed to. You know, we all have difficult things that we dive into, and we don't know what to expect. There's who's around this corner. Oh shit, it's just a better version of myself. And I think that's the beauty in trying something new. I cannot even put in words how excited I am to do it. Which one would you say you have more fun with, gi or no gi?
All right, so that's one that I'm slowly discovering, because I started with the gi and I suck with the gi. But I've been doing the gi for a year and a half, and shit, a lot of things happen September, and that was a cool thing. We were there at advanced class, and a lot of people were getting ready for no-gi pans. And so Formiga said, we're going to do something different. We're going to divide the group up. If you want to do gi, go on this side. If you want to do no gi, go on this side. And I was like, shit, I'll just try no gi. Like, I've done no gi before. And I was like, okay, I don't know what the hell I'm doing. But for some reason that night, and then the following Thursday when he did it again, both those nights, I was just like, I don't know, I felt alive. I got my ass handed to me. I had my face in somebody's armpit for the longest time, and I couldn't breathe, and that was terrible. But no-gi just, it goes a lot faster, or it goes faster, and it's crazy, and it's different, and you don't have your sleeves or lapels to grab on.
Yeah, it's because you're having to deal with pure grappling, like in its purest form.
Yeah, I don't know, like, I'm more out of my element, but I don't know why, but I enjoyed it so much that night and the next night. And now, like, moving forward now, I wear my shorts underneath my gi and my rash guard, just in case Formiga says, hey, does anybody want to do no gi? And I will fucking strip my stuff and go over there, because the crazy practitioners of jiu-jitsu somehow are able to go to the noon classes, and those are the guys that compete and live, eat, breathe, sleep jiu-jitsu at noon classes. And they'll do gi, no gi on Tuesday, gi on Wednesday, or else they'll just changed it up a bit. So I get to miss out on that. Formiga's heavily gi, like he dominates in the gi. That's where he lives and he rules. We do have some no gi classes, but I don't know what. I just felt more alive or whatever those couple nights doing that. I was like, holy shit, that was awesome. Fuck yeah, I want more of that. But and then that's kind of gotten me into the point where it's like I gotta figure out what I'm gonna do in my life. I want to change up. I don't see myself being in aviation technology until I retire. Like I'm trying to figure out something for my own to make my own money so I could go to more jiu-jitsu, like noon classes and afternoons. I'd like to be my own boss, but I don't know what it is yet. So
well, you know what? You can always find a great career working on elevators and escalators like I have, man. For real. I can I'll when we're done with this, I'll shoot you the information and you can apply. They have a helmets to hard hats program, and a lot of different unions do, and they're usually based out of Austin. How far are you from Austin?
4 hours.
Okay, well they would like they're based at Austin. Doesn't mean you have to work at Austin. You know what I'm saying? So there's going to be different areas where you can work out of, and basically you work 6 to 2 if you're working 5 days a week, or 6 to 4:30 if you're working 4 days a week, and that frees up your schedule drastically. I cannot tell you how great it's been for me, and the benefits are disgusting. And I'll just I'll show you the information. I really want you to succeed in your jiu-jitsu journey and your dream of it as well. And not only that, I want to ultimately move to Texas. Would be awesome. That's like my goal. It's my goal to move to Texas. Badass. Just anything but where I am now is the goal. So
is it really getting that bad up there?
That's a whole nother podcast, man. But
dude, I hope you make that. Alert. I hope you make that podcast. That'd be awesome because I want to see what different parts of the country is going on, like what's happening in different parts of the country.
You know what? Then you know what? I definitely I'm gonna commit to it now. I'm gonna do one. I'm gonna talk about what's changed in my own town since I grew up here, and I'm gonna bring on a bunch of people who grew up here with me.
Dude,
see if we can talk about the differences. But yeah. But I'll add it to my list because I got a fat list. I got I have so I did the math. I have 87 podcasts to do to finish the current series I'm working on. Because I do active series. Shit. I don't do a whole series and then release it because I think that's stupid. It frustrates me when Netflix does it or them. So I just put out each episode as it goes. Ultimately, I'm gonna probably recompartmentalize and re-release these on YouTube or something like that. But yeah, that's my plan here. As I start doing more of jiu-jitsu and stuff like that, I'm gonna bring on multiple people. I've done over like 60 podcasts so far. Some of them have been pulled. Others I had to delete for personal reasons because people don't want they share their story and they didn't want to put it out there afterwards after it's been released and stuff like that. So I pull it because I'm completely respectful of people's privacy. It's a big goal of mine to do that. So, but I put up unanimous podcast. So if you want to put up something unanimous and just air out some shit, do it. Yeah.
No, that's absolutely. Fucking 87. Are you releasing those daily or like 2 a week or what?
So as I record them, I usually release them. I've done 4 this last week, but I try to be very consistent and I try to give a bunch of different options. If you're not everybody has to listen just to hear about my self-defense journey, because I know my self-defense journey is going to be very, very interesting. And I might put out 10-minute episodes about what I learned this month in jiu-jitsu or whatever, but I don't really do this for me. I do this to bring on other people and hear their experiences. I'm not this great, super awesome, charismatic fucking guy, right? I am just a human being who's a student of life, and your experience, your professor's experience, my future professor's experience, people who have experienced domestic violence, suicide awareness, and all these things, military service, and the difficulty of transitioning out without having severe mental issues. All these things are a big portion of what I do every day, and it's part of me giving back to the world. I don't do this for me. I don't no matter how big I get with this, I'm never gonna try to take home anything special for myself. I just don't believe in that, man. This is something I'm doing to spread the word about different ways you can combat mental health struggles.
yeah.
I've had too many friends. It just last week it just hit 19. I've had 19 friends this year commit suicide. And what if one of those people gained something from the great human beings I have on my show here?
Yeah.
Right. And this isn't my show, it's the world show, if I'm being straight up. I'm just fucking here. And
dude, I like that. That's awesome. My condolences about those your friends, but that's awesome. That's an awesome mission that you have.
Yeah, and I've been working with different veteran organizations as well. One recently called MVP. I'm going to have a lot of people from this group called MVP on my stuff. It's pretty much merging veterans and professional athletes. Because when you stop being a professional athlete and when you stop being in the military, you take off your uniform, right?
Yeah.
You're kind of you feel like you're the shell of who you used to be, and it can really bother you. And it dude, if I could tell you how many people spiral, we see athletes spiral on the regular all the time. They get too many concussions, they act up, they get kicked out of the NFL or the NBA, and now they commit suicide or they die young. Do something stupid.
Dude, that's fucking awesome. You're working with that. That's cool.
Yeah,
yeah, dude.
Yeah. I try to. I'm trying to give back. Hopefully, if I give back enough, I make it upstairs, man. That's the goal, dude.
Shit, if you give back enough, you might be featured on Joe Rogan's podcast, man.
I would. I'd just be crying, dude. All I would do is talk about how much I love my wife the whole time. Like,
I could smoke up and be like,
you'd be like, "Hey, how's your day going?" I love my wife so much, man. No, knowing me, that's probably what I would do, honestly.
Yeah, man. But then you'd have to go down to Austin, though. No, that'd be the downside.
Worth it. No, I have friends that moved down to the Austin area, and it's not as bad as up here in Seattle. It's really bad here. There's a reason I'm starting a self-defense journey. I've had to pull out my gun 4 times in the past like 2 years, and it's been versus knives. Thankfully, I haven't had it. If I couldn't say that about a gun-on-gun situation because I'm not waiting. But with knives, it's and this is something that Jiu-Jitsu is tied into. Jiu-Jitsu is a close-up violent thing, right?
Yeah.
So is knives. But when we talk about firearms and defending yourself with a weapon in a deadly force encounter, right? Because you don't pull your gun out unless it's a deadly force encounter, unless you are in immediate fear of your life or seriously bodily harm for yourself or for others. Thank you to my lawyer friends. But that is super important to understand. That doesn't and we can we can laugh about it, right? Because it's awesome that we know that we can share that knowledge. But at the end of the day, it's a terrifying thing if we don't prepare for it. If we do prepare for it, me as a firearm owner and a concealed carry person, I will create distance because guns are distance tools. I'm not here to punch somebody with a knife. I'm going to close the distance more, and I'm going to try to snap their fucking wrist or shoulder with Americana or any type of tool that I deem necessary, because at that time I'm fighting for my life, right?
Yeah.
Brute force is one of my favorite tactics to use, but that doesn't always work, man.
No.
I've seen people stabbed to death in front of me on the streets of Seattle while working,
Damn.
And I've seen people shot in front of me on the streets of Seattle. Yeah, it's crazy down here, man. All you got to do is download this or link up to either the King County or the Seattle Police on Twitter page, and they'll put up every single call that they have. I also follow all the first responder pages. So I have friends that are first responders. So I want to be aware when I enter any area, because it could be either permissible or semi-permissible, that environment you're entering. And unfortunately, I don't recommend anybody walks into the city of Seattle without really understanding that there can be severe consequences. You're going to walk past people shooting up heroin. You're going to walk past people smoking fentanyl, and you might breathe it in. And it's going to be ignored by the people in that area. And with drugs being rampant on the streets, I'm talking about like clumps of people. Whole streets are covered in this. And I don't care what they say on the news, it's not getting any better. I can take pictures every day if you want, but it's not the homeless problem. It is a completely drug problem. And these people that are addicted to these drugs, they literally decriminalized the use of fentanyl in the streets and heroin in the streets, and meth in the streets. And with drugs and poverty comes crime, because
what the fuck?
the money runs out. So
They
stay strapped, my friends.
decriminalized
If you're
fentanyl.
listening to this, stay strapped, motherfuckers. Like,
holy shit.
It's really important that we as human beings understand, regardless of who we vote for, something can be wrong or right. If you can't bring your children safely to a tourist area, that should be a wake-up call for people. And it's not up here. I hope it's differently in Austin, but this area isn't. It's not the same place I grew up in, man. And I can't raise my children in this environment with a peace of mind.
No, and you definitely need that fucking peace of mind. Holy shit.
And I also want to come home safely. Using your firearm and trying to use lethal force at all ever is never a positive thing, no matter how it's put out by Hollywood or by the news or by anybody who is a gun advocate. Using your firearm, we can joke around about it, but it's really a fucking horrible thing. And self-defense, my self-defense journey doesn't end with me shooting somebody every time I have an opportunity to. So far I've showed, if I'm being straight up, I've showed over the top restraint when I could have dusted motherfuckers. And I'm thankful that I didn't, because every time you don't watch somebody die at your own hand, your soul is a little bit more complete. So hopefully I'm able to use self-defense as a better tool for me. And that's just my part of this podcast with why I'm doing a self-defense journey, because I don't want to deal with being questioned by the police or being questioned. And this area isn't too kind to firearm owners. And that's a problem with having over politicized things. I'm not a bad person. I'm not inherently bad. I don't look to harm innocent people. Unfortunately, if I was in a gunfight with somebody, or gun versus knife situation, I'm going to have to spend thousands of dollars to defend myself, and hundreds of thousands of dollars probably. And I'm my family's source of income, so I got to come home safe. Part of that is my self-defense journey. Also, I don't want to punch people anymore if I don't have to, because it sucks getting older. Your hands bruise and shit like that. So I'm trying to avoid it, man. And that's why I'm doing this. That's why I'm doing this self-defense journey. And this whole series is about me being a student of life, listening to other people's experiences. And I really am gonna do exactly what you and I both hope we do. We progress daily with daily things. I just got done with my workout. I only had 45 minutes to do it, because my little brother was supposed to be warming up when I was doing this. But I get home and he's hanging out watching YouTube because he had a half day, even though I texted him what the workout plan was. I said, warm up without me if need be. But I'm back in the shit, man. I'm ready to grow, ready to change, ready to learn, have my own professor. I'm ready to have more people from your group on and learn more from them. It doesn't matter. Some friendships can transcend time and space. And that's something that I learned from Avatar: The Last Airbender. And it applies to you and me. I always saw you with, you looked like a very kind person. And I knew that hopefully that we would reconnect after the military. I've always followed you on social media, and seeing your journey through jiu-jitsu is something that really has drove me to it. You have been my inspiration in pursuing that, because what is life without the next goal, right? Mental health is something we all struggle with, bro. And
likewise.
I need,
with you in fitness and doing this, man, it's inspirational and it's awesome, man. Like,
appreciate it, brother.
I can't wait for you to get back on your fitness journey, because that shit is dope.
Yeah, well, I have ground beef defrosting, so my first step is to put on the 25 pounds that I've lost. And step 2 is my bird chest, fix that. And step 3 is hopefully I really want to start rolling in the next 30 days. I'm going to be not just showing up and learning with a bunch of people, but I'm going to be grabbing some of my friends in this area who want to go on a fitness journey as far as self-defense. So we're going to be doing jiu-jitsu together. And
dude,
I'm so excited
dope.
for it.
That is dope.
I couldn't ask for a more supportive friend group. They're all listeners as well. So
nice.
they know my intention is very, very pure when I say I want to do this thing for the rest of my life. I don't plan on stopping jiu-jitsu until I'm one of my old favorite friends who's the old guy. He always says, I'm not old till I can't fuck or drive a truck. And you know what? As long as I can do those two things, I'm probably going to be doing jiu-jitsu. Okay. I for real. I could 70 years old. I want to keep healthy. I want to be in my kid's life. I want to be a fierce protector for my spouse, my wife, my best friend in this entire earth. I also want her to look at me as someone who is the epitome of strength and perseverance through injury. So this injury is going out the window, and I'm getting into jiu-jitsu. It is what it is. I'm gonna suck at first, but I'll catch up. I'll catch on. I'll figure it out.
Oh, dude, I know you will, man. I know you will,
man. If I keep having people like you as an example, I definitely will.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, fuck yeah, and then likewise, man.
Fuck yeah, dude. Well, I appreciate having you on so much, man. I know that it's late over there in my future home state. I can smell the barbecue and pure, beautiful coffee, and I can smell the boars. I can smell the boars.
If you love barbecue, man, you're gonna love it. Shit. God. Yes, and coffee. Y'all supposed to be the coffee capital up there with Starbucks.
Oh no, this is like dirt water. Dirt water compared to Texas coffee. Oh god.
Oh dude.
Well, shit, man. Well, I do appreciate having you on. I'm glad we can link up. I can't wait to come down there. When I come down there, I'm going to be sure to. I don't care how far it is to drive to you. I'm going to figure out where you're at. I'm going to drive down.
Yeah, dude. Likewise, man.
I can't wait. Cannot wait to meet the people who have had such a great impact on you and to get choked out by them. Yay.
Dude, yeah. No, I can't wait for you to meet them also. Like, it's an extension of my family, and it'd be awesome to roll with you, take you to show them and all that stuff, man. I'm excited for that. And dude, it's awesome catching up also. It definitely is.
I'd buy a plane ticket. I got Fridays off. I would have buy a plane ticket this weekend, but I've been out of work for 4 months, so I got to play catching up.
Yeah, right.
Shit. All right, man. Well, thank you so much for joining me. Where can people find you on social media?
Just usually I just use Instagram mostly. I'm kind of off of Facebook. I still use it. But for Instagram, it's just Michael J_Collins. So
awesome.
That's it. And then 55 Highland Village, if you want to follow Formiga and Rodrigo, there's a lot of stuff coming up with those guys. So.
And what city is that based out of again?
It's Highland Village, which is in Denton County, which is just 30 minutes north of Dallas. So we are in the DFW Metroplex. Yeah.
So you're not far from Dallas. So if I flew into Dallas, I could fly in and hang out.
Oh yeah, dude.
Oh shit.
Yeah, if you flew into DFW, it's only a less than a 20-minute drive to where I live and where the gym is.
Sick.
Shit, man.
All right. Yeah. Well, I'm glad we got this locked in. I have plans in the future. I'm gonna come down to Texas for like a week and check it out. So
right on, dude.
We'll have you, man.
We'll have you.
All right, brother. Well, I appreciate having you on.
Okay.
All right,
nice being on. Later,
it's always great being on. It's always great being on. Shit, let's be honest. It's great to see you, brother.
Nice. Likewise.